So let's start off. GNX dropped a couple of days ago, right? And we have been thoroughly enjoying GNX. I can't speak for everyone. I have been thoroughly enjoying GNX. And, I do feel like Kendrick is going down a slightly different path. And I say that everything that happened this summer, the beef, everything else going on, right? And I feel like when you listen to GNX, he's getting a lot of shit off his chest and he's addressing a lot of shit. And some of the songs, yeah, sure, maybe they could be related to Drake, but I think there's a bigger message overall, right? I say all that to say I feel like we as a people are starting to not so much focus on the beef anymore. Now we're just like, okay, let's talk about the overlying issue, right? And so I feel like every time we start to move past the beef a little bit, where do I even y'all know how passionate I am about rap, about music, about hip hop culture, about all of the things. This is the sickest shit that I have ever y'all, I have never a lawsuit suing. I have never have I ever imagined Biggie suing Tupac for Hit 'Em Up. Imagine Jay-Z suing Nas for Ether. Imagine Nicki suing Remy. I have never, they ain't even sued Ja Rule. Like, I have never. So, before I give thoughts, let's read through this together, right? So, to my understanding, it's not a full blown petition yet. I'm sorry, it's not a full blown lawsuit yet. It's a petition. So, basically, the petition is saying that, we're ramping up, we're preparing to, drop a potential lawsuit, right? Let me see if I can find it. Drake initiated legal action by his company Frozen Moments LLC. A petition is usually a precursor to a lawsuit in seeking the preservation of evidence in New York. Most of the claims in the suit are aimed at UMG, Universal Music Group. And in the petition, he claimed that UMG launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airways with a song Not Like Us in order to make the song go viral. UMG allegedly charged Spotify licensing rates 30% lower than usual rates for Not Like Us in exchange for Spotify recommending the song to users who are searching for other unrelated songs and artists, the filing claim. So he's basically saying that people were on Spotify and they were trying to search, I don't know, they were trying to search Bitty Bitty Bum Bum by Selena and Not Like Us was playing. That's basically what he was saying. UMG also allegedly conspired with and paid unknown parties to use bots to play Not Like Us and boost its popularity. The petition alleged that UMG also has some financial agreement with Apple to have digital assistant Siri direct users to Not Like Us. Okay, yeah, when users asked to play Drake's album Certified Lover Boy. Not Like Us contains the lyrics Certified Lover Boy, certified pedophiles as an allegation against Drake. I actually saw a video of that where it was a guy and he was showing an example of how he was using Siri, and he said, Siri, play Certified Lover Boys, and Siri pulled up Not Like Us instead. But then the guy went back and said, oh, this is something that Siri does if someone doesn't know the title of a song. They pull the lyrics from a song and then, yeah, whatever. Let's see. It alleged a UMG employee made payments to an independent radio promoter who then transferred those payments to radio stations or radio station employees to play Not Like Us without disclosing they were paid to do so, the filing said. The petition did not divulge who made the payment nor what radio station allegedly received it. UMG often boasts the wild success of Not Like Us, which broke Spotify records, the filing said. The hit holds the record for the biggest single day streams of a hip hop song and is the most streamed diss track in Spotify history, according to the petition. The song has over 900 million streams. So I'm just gonna say here because I haven't even taken a chunk at the second lawsuit that or the second petition that was filed this morning. I think it is so. Mm, I'm finding it. I'm finding it. I think it is so. I don't have the proper word. I. What a privileged position to be in. What spoiled brat behavior. I have never seen anything like this before. Like, it is so what? Suing because things aren't going your way? What? Disgraceful. You're throwing a tantrum, babes. You are actually throwing a tantrum. That is the Hi Joe. I can't even I still cannot wrap my head around all this, right? And so it's so interesting that the conversations that have been going on for mind you, we're still on the first position petition. It is so crazy hearing the conversations that have been going on, and people are like, yeah, Drake's sticking it to the man. Yeah, he's sticking up for artists, and yeah, he's doing the right thing, and yeah, all of this. Please, y'all, come on. Be serious for 2 seconds, please. You cannot say that he is doing this trying to stand up for capitalism, trying to stand up for the greater good of artists, when one, he has benefited from this system for years. For two, tailor made freestyle, he was using AI Tupac. And now he's sticking it to the man and standing up to all art for all artists? What? Are we serious? Now, mind you, UMG has already responded to this first petition, right? The petition claimed that UMG actually pointed the finger at Kendrick and said, "What do you say fuck me for? You should be filing this against Kendrick. I don't even know why we're in it." The filing further claimed that UMG terminated the artists who were loyal to Drake. Interesting. The filing alleged that UMG violated the RICO Act. RICOs? We're back on RICOs? I thought we learned something from Young Thug. UMG also told NBC News that the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. They also said, "We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music that they want to hear." And that's a bar. I feel like UMG, they may need to start writing some bars. I don't know. I am just so I can't believe. I have no words. I can't believe. It's interesting too because my thing is like the revisionist history for me personally. It'd be one thing if like remember years ago when we had iPods and U2 put that album on our iPods and we were like, oh my God, U2, you guys are pushing it. Like, okay, ain't nobody trying to hear that little raggedy album, right? But this, Not Like Us was a hit. You can't deny the whether you like Kendrick or not, whether you like the song or not, whether you're a Drake fan or not, you cannot deny the cultural impact that Not Like Us had and still has to this day. So for you to say, oh, he inflated the numbers and he boosted the number. For real? For real? Like, that's what we're doing for real? This is hella embarrassing. For real? Dead ass? For real? And that's not even talking about what the culture is feeling like. They were playing it at the NBA show. I think the Dodgers was using it in one of their highlights for the season. Like, come on, for real? It was played during the Olympics, and these are all bots and fake streams. Really? Okay, so let's get into the second suit that he filed this morning, right? So this is everything about boosted streams. And yesterday, when this news came out, we're like, that's crazy. You're worried about boosted streams, but you're not worried about, defamation of character or anything like that. Drake obviously has a burner account somewhere and said, oh, yeah. And another thing, I'm still mad. Drake said in the second petition, again, suing UMG, not suing Kendrick for anything, but suing UMG. Uh, this petition says that UMG knew the song Not Like Us attacked his character, even though he is a prominent UMG artist, by falsely accusing him of being a sex offender. The song dissing Drake calls him a certified pedophile and predator, and someone whose name should be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I'm sorry. Through UMG could have, though UMG could have refused to release or UMG could have refused to release it or required changes to the offending material. UMG chose to do the opposite. So he's basically saying that UMG knew that Kendrick had this song calling him a pedophile, and UMG should have stood 10 toes behind Drake, because Drake is basically saying, I'm your cash cow. Like, I'm that guy. Like, I'm David Ruffin. Like, I make y'all all this money, and you got this other dude calling me a pedophile on a song, and you guys aren't doing anything about it. That's basically what he's saying. What else? And then UMG has not responded for any type of comment yet. All of this is just so he like I can't. I've just never seen anything like this before. Didn't Drake intentionally leak that fake info though? None of this is making sense. Like, none of this is adding up. None of this is making sense. And I hate to how can I phrase this? I feel like with Kendrick and Drake, especially everything that's been going on in 2024, I feel like we are in a renaissance. We're to Beyonce. We're in a renaissance, but we're also in a I don't know, it feels like a new chapter. It feels like something new is on the horizon. And I say that to say, I hate to relate this to the election, but it kind of feels like it, right? Because it's like you have Trump and Kamala on one side. It's either you're on the side of the culture, you're on the side of, trying to uplift and motivate and all these things, or you're on this other side, right? And so a lot of what's been going on with the rap beef, specifically with Drake and Kendrick, reminds me a lot of that, and it's been really interesting to watch. And I say that I'm gonna tie it together, y'all. I'm here, and I say that because even Drake, for instance, right? Drake has had such a um hmm, Drake has had such a carefully crafted persona for like the rise of Drake and like all throughout his empire, right? Like even when Drake first started off, and like most of us know how Drake started off because like we grew up with him, right? And then it's interesting how like he has a younger fan base and like they don't know like comeback season Drake, they only know like mob types Drake. Anyways, so the start of Drake, he's always had like these real big like hip hop cosigns behind him. And that's given him like a lot of credit and a lot of like visibility and a lot of a boost, right? But I do feel like a lot of that kind of went to his head because like he was comeback season Drake and he was singing Drake and he was like, oh my God, Drake is so cute. Oh my God, he's singing to me. Like, oh my God, he's singing for the ladies and like all of this. And then like within the past like 5 or 10 years, he's turned into like this red pill, like, actually, yeah, fuck those bitches. I don't care about them. And bop, bop, bop. And I'm on mob ties. And I'm on this. And I'm on that. And everyone's like, whoa, where is this coming from? That's not even you. That's insane. And on the other side, you have Kendrick, who this whole time has been so much about black culture and talking about like this black renaissance and just trying to uplift and like all of these things. And it's been interesting especially during this rap beef where even us, right, like listening to Family Matters, and then Drake has this bar about Kendrick, ain't nobody trying to hear that. You just worried about trying to get the slaves freed. It's like, what? Is that where we are? That's not wild to anyone. That's not insane to anyone. And even watching all of the moves that Drake has done since, post beef, I will be the first one to say I feel like every move that Drake has made from the Heart Part 6 moving forward, like to this day, it's been loss after loss, miss after miss. Like none of the moves that he's been doing have been correct. It's been weird. And even him like going on streams talking about, yeah, rap is weird. Yeah, I don't know. Rap is in a weird place. I don't know. I thought it was very interesting that you're going on these streams for like y'all know, but like you're not going on academic stream and talking about this. You not going on Rory and Maul for Maul talking about him like this. It's like you not even really trying to be in black spaces like that. That's not weird to anybody. I just feel like if somebody was running around the country, around the world talking about he's not like us, he's not for the culture, you gonna do the opposite of everything? That's not strange. And so I feel like I'm tying it all together, but I feel like this year has really shown so many like how divided we are. Not even as a country, not even like just politically, but just like, well, I can't say just politically because rap is political. Like from the start of hip hop and rap, it's always been like this political thing. But we're just so divided, and it's so interesting to see like how that splits up more and more and more and more. And it's just like, what are we doing? What are we actually doing? This is insane. Um, it's very telling. Nikki said Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki with Meg. It's very telling how they operate. And I hate to say it, y'all, but like your fave is acting like Trump. Yeah. Yeah, like all of this, stop the count. Let's recount the streams and all of this. It's weird. It it's really really weird. It's terrible. Um and so yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what to make of it, but like again, like I am such a fan and of rap and like hip hop, and I'm so passionate about this, but this, no lie, is the lowest thing that I've ever seen. Like I've never seen. Y'all try to get on J. Cole for that apology, but like this, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I talk about cultural differences, right? And so a lot of us in our culture, right? When we had a bully at school and we told our parents that, somebody was making fun of us, what did our parents say? Our parents said, okay, well, get your lick back. Okay, well, don't let them hit you. You make sure you hit them back, right? And that's all Drake had to do, hit back, but in the studio. But you went and told the cops? You went and told the teacher? You went and told UMG? Mind you, you were the first person poking and poking and poking the bear. Talk about drop, drop, drop. Come on, do this, do that. Come on, drop your song. Oh, he doesn't have anything with your small shoes. You don't have anything. And now that he dropped, oh, it's got to be fake. Oh, it's got to be bots. Oh, it's got to be. What? What? Are we serious? And so, and yes, I'm going to let y'all in the tea room in a second. Sorry, I'm ranting. And so, my last thought that I want to get out before I start letting you in, what is the end goal here? Like, realistically, what is the end goal here? Because, like, in the black community, you got to fight with somebody and you call the cops, like, you don't really get respect for that. So, say for instance, right? Say for instance, Drake wins this lawsuit. Okay. What does this change? What does it change? Okay, there's been bots and there's been people boosting the streams and boosting. Okay, now what? Okay. And then if he loses, it looks even crazier because you took out this whole lawsuit and you're throwing a tantrum. I just feel like sorry. I just feel like this is what was being discussed during the rap beef and it's not being paid attention to. You're so busy worried about streams and sales and like numbers and all that. But what about culturally? Like what's happening culturally? Like how are people actually feeling? And that's what's been said for months and months and months, but it's like you're not that's not processing, like you're not registering that. Why are we still talking about numbers? Who gives a damn what the numbers were? It's weird. That's my rant and my rave. Who am I letting in first in the waiting room? Cause y'all, I can't have all of y'all yelling at me at the same time. Am I letting all y'all in the waiting room at the same time? He only cares about numbers. Like, I'm so tired of this numbers conversation. I'm sick of it. If I let all of y'all in this waiting room, I need all of y'all not to yell at me at the same time. Hello. Okay, so we have Mark, we have Joe, we have Goldwave, and we have Aaron. Everyone,
We
please
doing? How we
don't
doing?
please don't yell at me one at a time. Okay, how are you guys feeling,
Ain't good.
everybody? I
It's funny. It's funny. No, it's funny that you said that because I asked Mark about it. I was like, "There's not anybody that's a Drake fan that we can ask that isn't. I
Oh,
wouldn't say that isn't biased or I wouldn't say
again.
stand right. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
hard to ask like, okay, how are y'all actually taking this in the moment because of course they're going to be far-sighted with it. So it's like, how can we actually have this conversation or ask this question to somebody that is a fan of Drake, but
Mhm.
also seeing it from a state of I'm not doing tricks on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
hard to have that conversation.
Mhm.
We have Kendra. I can offer a counter view.
Kendra, you always be
Uh,
offering a counter view.
That's true. That's
Kendra,
true.
you always be like, actually.
That's true.
Come on,
Contrarian Kendra.
come on.
Ooh.
Charles, finna
Come
get
on,
nasty
come
in
on,
here.
Kendra.
Kendra, fight
um,
back.
come on, Kendra. Again, the voice. She said, "What he
I can't
called
see a counter
me?"
view to this. This is
No,
Kendra.
bitch made behavior through
but
and through.
because I don't understand like what does he gain from doing this? To me, like doing an entire petition, lawsuit, whatever, it seems like you're shooting yourself in the foot. Because like
Pretty much,
sure,
yes.
because sure you win. Oh my god, I told y'all there were bots. Okay, at the end of the
well,
day, I'm still gonna play the song.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll say right now, I feel like the Bay Brigade contributed at least 1 million streams on Not Like Us the first
Okay.
week.
hmm
Okay.
So what does that change? Okay, now what?
It don't change nothing. And Mosi,
And
like,
he.
what, gonna stop it being played on Spotify? Like,
Right.
we still gonna be playing it. It already took over the summer. You ain't finna stop nothing.
Like
Right.
it's so weird. It
And
just feels like such a shot in the foot. I don't understand.
Bot's not putting it together for the bands and stuff to play, for people to learn how to play it and play it at the thing. The best
Right.
you did was come back out with BBL Drizzy, I guess, to counteract it and be like, oh yeah, I'm over, haha, I'm so funny, I'm over the beef. But it's like,
It's just
you can
such
say that. Yeah.
the
Maybe he's trying to stop it from maybe getting a Grammy. I don't know.
I think he might be trying to stop it from being played at the Super Bowl.
oh,
I don't think it's gonna be played at the Super Bowl
I
anyway.
mean, you could just
it's
play the
gonna be Meet the
instrumental.
Grams.
Oh, if it just
Which
comes
is
out the keys.
Now that'd be the funny thing. If
okay,
Kendrick
you
could
know
meet
what?
the Grams.
Real quick, Kendra, I'm gonna pull you in the waiting room. I thought it was interesting how so like the second petition, he is filing for defamation of Not Like Us, right?
hmm
If it was
Mhm.
me, I would be filing defamation for Meet the Grams. Like that song was the one that was
hmm
like, oh, you said
Yeah.
what about my family? But I think because Not Like Us blew up the way it did, now he's like, oh no, I gotta try to control this the best way I can. But Meet the Grams was the one that was, mm-hmm. Okay, Kendra, I'm gonna pull you in.
All they gotta do is
This
if
is
they get
this
that
is
Al Green sample cleared, that's all we need. Just
this
put that on Apple.
And my thing too, real quick, Kendra, before you start, my thing too, it's not unheard behavior for like labels to be boosting people's music or having like shady business practices or anything like that. And so like with this conversation, I don't want to say that he is completely reaching because it is a thing. But my thing is, don't try to hide behind, oh, the labels were boosting the song, whatever, whatever. When like Drake, you have benefited from this. And
Right.
that's not the reason why you are truly filing this petition. At the core of it, you're
Exactly.
filing this petition because you got your feelings hurt, but you're trying to hide behind, no, guys, I'm trying to do it for the greater good. That's the part that I can't get behind. Like, let's not try to rewrite the narrative. And also,
Right.
let's not try to talk about bots like you didn't have those Pusha T salamander
Talk
bots
about it.
all
Talk
up and
about
down the
it.
timeline a couple years ago. That's the part that blows me.
Mhm. I got snapped.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore when Nicki was having her little rant about Travis having like boosted numbers and shit on Spotify, she threw Drake name in there too because she was so mad about
She
it.
did. I saw that
did.
tweet.
And you
I
know
saw
what?
that tweet.
Too on that, because if we want to talk about defamation, then May can sue. Because wasn't you in popping shit with 21 Savage talking about she ain't get shot?
Everybody should sue. If we doing lawsuits,
Like-
if this is where rap beef is at, and we're running to the labels talking about, oh, they said this word about me. What?
Whitney could sue. Dave Free could sue. Like, what we talking about?
This is so corny. I can't. I'm sorry.
But
Hi,
it's
Ken-
like you
oh.
suing over what? Because they said something mean about me. I'm telling. Boy, if you don't get the hell on.
What happened to the game I love? What happened to the game I love? What about that?
Oh.
Get in the booth.
Season
Hi,
passes.
Kendra.
Hello.
What's Kendra? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do always offer counter. I don't know. I always think this way. Anyway, I will say I'm not like the biggest Drake fan, so that's why I wanted to offer the counter because I'm not like a stan. It's gonna be whatever. I was just gonna say the only piece I'm looking at that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that, but everything else surrounding it kind of just makes it a mute point. Is the defamation one? And specifically, I know that you guys were just saying like, well, everybody can sue, woo, 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 which they can, and maybe they should. But I think specifically since his defamation was related to being a pedophile, I think it's no, you know,
Oh
like
shit,
it
my
makes-
headphones disconnected. Wait, Kendra, hold on.
for him to-
Oof.
Damn it.
Oh.
Hold on.
She don't
My
want him.
headphones
Oh.
died. Wait, y'all, hold on. The last thing I heard you say was suing about defamation.
Yeah, I was saying, so I get him suing about defamation because what was being said about him was specifically like other people. He probably said stuff about other people that they could also do this, but with it being like about being a pedophile, that's very like, you know, that's a tall order. That's like something crazy to say about somebody versus. I don't know, but and he's putting in the view of just like, okay, he said that at a time where it could have hindered my music, blah 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 blah. So I get that, but again, with everything else surrounding it, it kind of makes it a moot point to what you were saying. It's like you're doing this because yada yada yada.
So
That's
It's a
also-
moot point because
so
like
who wants
in the
to-
beef he called Kendrick an abuser. So like
Right.
if
Yeah.
you saying like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
you
same
called
thing,
me a
yeah, same
pedophile
like-
and that's ruining my music, then
And-
that's the counter right there.
And I
But then
think-
the other
Well,
issue,
even
Well,
even
I mean,
so
he
though, I would
kinda had
still
them
say it's still
allegations
like both of them
before.
have grounds.
Exactly.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on,
Which is-
hold on. Because
you know.
what Aaron said, because hold on, what happened? Aaron, what you say?
He already had them allegations before. I'm talking about Drake. He
Yeah.
already had people calling him a predator anyway. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a big thing that was happening during the beef that Drake stands was saying anyway. It was like, oh, Kendrick just taking things said off the timeline and putting them in songs.
True.
So it's like
Y'all
and
proud of
mind you, Drake himself said, I expected the Epstein angle thing. And it's
all
like,
that shit.
yeah,
Right,
whatever
but
he said.
in this case, Kendrick did. I mean, and maybe I wasn't paying attention to it as much before, but in my eyes, Kendrick did definitely put it on more of a pedestal. I don't know who all was talking about it previously before that, but now the entire world is
Mhm.
you know is
well,
aware.
Well, first thing, 2 points. First, nobody was talking pedophile business until Drake in Tupac's voice on Tailor Made said,
fair.
oh,
Asked him
I
to.
think he's going to talk about this angle right here. He brought that up
Right.
first. Second of all, I would almost respect Drake a little bit more if he did not respond the way he did. It's one thing if Kendra's talking about you being a pedophile and that's the last thing that you ever put out. He still went on the Hard Part 6 talking about, I fed y'all the information. Y'all are so funny. Oh, also this
Right.
kid
Yeah,
isn't
he
yours.
said
Also,
master
you're
manipulator.
like,
yeah.
come
It's just
on.
a lot of a lot of contradicting things. That's all I was saying. Like, it's just a lot. But that's
I
the only piece of counter that I had. So
it's just it's just for me why Young Money crash outs are frustrating the hell out of me, because this constant like throw the rock, hide your hand, just kidding, I'm a victim.
Mhm.
Well, what'd you say fuck me for? Like, I can't stand on it if you're gonna stand on it. That's the point.
Yeah.
That like
Kendrick got to come out to the Super Bowl like the Summer Jam screen and he just got to take it there.
mm,
Because if you're gonna go that low, if this is what you're gonna do, I'm at this point I might as well just embarrass you on the highest level that I can.
honestly, I feel like for the Super Bowl, on one hand, I can see Kendrick playing Not Like Us and not having a problem. But on the other hand, he might not, because that day should be about him.
Nope.
I don't think he
Yeah.
should. Either way, I'd be rocking with it, and either way it'll be iconic. But I can see him
Mhm.
also not wanting to play it, mainly because, like, no, bitch, y'all gonna focus on me.
Yeah, I think it's hard with the Super Bowl because like Kendrick is the first solo hip hop artist. So if he does go on that Super Bowl stage and let's say he does take it there, let's say he does go for the low blow, that's gonna mess up the bigger picture for like years to come. Because they're gonna be like, why we don't let hip hop on the Super Bowl stage?
Right,
this, that, and the
right.
third. Like I think he's not gonna do that.
Right. I don't know. All of this is just so corny to me, and it's just changing like the entire lawsuits, courts.
Yeah.
Courts. This is what we're
Defamation thing is
doing.
what gets me. Like it's like
Man
This
said
is
he not of the
why-
culture and he doing shit like this.
This is why you need
But also
to
it-
allow your kids to lose.
I don't. Wait, what?
Yeah, but also, I
Let your
think it.
kids
right,
lose.
right.
Hold on, you need to let these little children lose. Do not let them win everything,
Mhm.
because then when they get
Mhm.
older, they are gonna expect to win everything
Yeah.
in life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Drake was losing a lot when he was little.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things where a lot of this is kind of going back to his fan base at the moment, where it's literally you're not a part of the. Yes, like how Bruce said at the beginning. Yeah, you were part of the culture, but now you look at your audience now.
he ain't a part
It's
of
a lot of
shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of Timmys and a whole bunch of them where it's just like, yeah, we love Drake, and it's just like, but you're not a part of the culture. You're just going where the money is.
Right.
That's all you're doing.
Right.
And he's gathering. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and I was just gonna say to Joe's point, like I feel like that's a lot of what's been happening with all of these conversations about the beef and rap and hip hop and like all of these things. It's like, yeah, I love Drake, but you don't love the culture though. You might love what
Right.
Drake represents for you. But at the
Right.
end of the day, outside of Drake, you don't have any relevance with the culture. Like Drake is your way of saying that you're a part of the culture and you know what's going on. But it's not that. And that's the part that frustrates me. Like I'm not about to go back and forth and have these conversations with you if you've never listened to rap a day in your life. You just know God's plan. We're not about to do
Right.
this. Come on.
Oh, brother.
Right.
Come on.
And like I've been seeing lately, like I've been seeing like a lot of Drake's moves lately where he's gathering his stand base or army base like outside of hip hop, outside of black culture, like even
Yes.
being on
Yes.
whatever streamer
Yes.
that dude was
Yes.
saying like rap is weird now.
Yes.
This, that, and the third. And it's like he's gathering his fan base that's outside of black culture, outside of hip hop, to now be like this. It's to now argue for him because he knows the moves that he's making is not within our culture. So he needs that extra fandom to start backing him up. And he's been doing that for quite a minute.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like I feel like the moves that he's been making, they've been dumb moves, but it's also like kind of calculated too. And you're kind of showing what side of the fence that you're on too. Because like even him in that bar talking about, oh, you rapping like you trying to get the slaves freed. Even the way that people talk about, you know, oh, look at these Kendrick fans. It's the way that they say it. It's very coded like, oh,
Right.
I know what y'all are
I
saying.
knew we was
like,
lost
you
when
know what I'm thinking. They saying,
yeah.
you
I
know
knew-
what I'm thinking.
I knew we was lost when Drake stands was saying that when Kendrick did the Squabble Up video, they thought the Black Liberation flag was because of that dude's Twitter profile. And I'm like, no, we
I'm
gotta
gonna scream.
what?
I'm
we
gonna
got,
scream.
gotta know better. And that's how
Yeah.
people are just lost.
I'm gonna scream. I can't. This is damn.
I will say
He
this
got
though.
like the best year in rap, and he wants to say it's weird now that he done lost the beef, and then immediately come out suing people.
That's a
This,
big
I feel
thing.
like all of
Trey.
this adds to the iconicness of this year. Even the suing, like it just adds to it.
I,
You ain't lying.
I just think I don't think I've said this, but like I just think it's so weird how like last year we were celebrating like 50 years of hip hop. Look at all this unity, and this
Mhm.
year chaos.
Broke apart.
Chaos.
Discourse. No. Oh, I will say this though. If y'all, this is very hard to do this. If y'all was in Drake's position in terms of your career being on the brinks of
Oh, please don't call
no
me.
return, what would you do? Like, what?
I
Nothing.
I've been
That's how I
saying
would say.
for
I
a
would do
minute.
nothing.
See that bridge over there?
I've been saying for a minute that like let's like we like let's not forget like I remember I think I was watching you SMB when we were watching when Drake did the thing after the tour when he was like or after For All the Dogs when he was like you know he's gonna take a year off.
right.
He's gonna-
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And granted, like he did the tour, then he had to hop right into the whole beef, and he hasn't really taken off since.
Mhm.
I would just do that. Like I would just take the year off, focus on new music, stuff like that, because we still see that he has a high fan base. So it's like, I'll just let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna tweet, you got it, and then disappear.
I mean,
That's it.
I feel like we were saying that when like the Heart Part 6 came out. You know what? Just take a couple months. Just hide out for a second. Let's let
Yeah.
all of this kind of not blow over, but let's let it, die down a little bit. But the thing about Drake, which kind of like brings me back to this petition, Drake isn't used to not being on top. Even though like in his music, he
Yeah.
always talks about the underdog and like this and that. You haven't been the underdog since like comeback season. So please spare me.
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
I feel like with Drake's ego, he constantly has to be on top. And so he doesn't know how to be in this position where the masses aren't really fucking with him, which is why you're doing a lawsuit talking about streaming numbers. Because, okay, what does that prove? What does that
You
prove?
haven't benefited.
Everything Kendrick said.
Right.
And that's
what
the
it
thing.
proves.
It's like the hypocrisy of both of these lawsuits. Okay, cool. You put in a lawsuit about the bots. You have also benefited from that. You put in the lawsuits about defamation. Do you know how many people can sue you about what you said? So it's like the hypocrisy of all of this is like, I don't get it. I think it's just, I don't know, wrong messenger, I guess.
I just that's how I feel. Like I feel like it's a renaissance, it's a reckoning. Like I feel like tides are changing fast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
here for it.
Even like this, it's like every time like he's done something after the beef, and it's just like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? But this is this might take the cake. I don't know. It's the audacity. It is the
Man
audacity.
said, I'm finna sue you.
Look at him fail. He's failing. And it's good. That's what he needs to know what failure is like.
It is.
She said, and it's good.
audacity.
You need to know what taking the L is like. Sit
Like,
in it.
Kids
He
come
ain't
home.
sitting in his L. He
Kids coming
needs
home,
to
how
sit
was the
down
game?
in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go take about 6 years off, then come back.
Right.
Look,
Then
kids
come
come
back.
home. Aaron, like, how was the game? We lost.
And
Good,
I'm
good.
Hey,
and I'm
everybody ain't winning.
gonna say
Failure.
I'm gonna say something
Wonderful.
wild, and I know how y'all feel about J. Cole, but I'm gonna say it anyway. No, listen, hear me out.
Mm, he was having a good day.
The
Girl
reason,
can't walk right out of here when he heard J. Cole.
hear me out. I feel like the reason why I did not mind Port Antonio is because J. Cole took some time. And listen, hear me out. He took some time, he reassessed the situation, and then he spoke on how he felt post beef. If Drake would have done that, I feel like the perception may have been a little bit different. If he took
Not for
some
me.
time, if Drake took some time aside to sit down, reassess, be like, hey, you know what? let me get in the booth and let me tell y'all the reasons why I fucked up, and that's my bad.
I mean, we still might get that.
I felt like now I feel like it's too far gone. Nobody wants to hear that now. Now you.
Well, I don't think
You don't think he's gonna do a timestamp? 6 a.m. at the courthouse. You're not getting.
I'm just talking about the timing of everything. If he would have done that instead of filing this petition, it would have been a little bit different. But now it's like nobody wants to hear what you're talking about now. That's all that I'm saying. I feel like that's what I wanted to see from Drake. I wanted to see him take some time aside and just reassess how everything was going. Therapy, maybe. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
I saw that there was lawsuits, and then I read a little paragraph about one of them. They calling a RICO. What now? It's a RICO.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a RICO.
Crazy.
You get a RICO. You get a RICO. You get a
free
RICO.
thug, but also putting in a RICO in the same year.
Wait a minute. What type of RICO is this? Hold on.
It said. Hold on. Let me find it.
Pretty much illegal business practices for them people.
Well,
the
I
filing.
was doing that a few months ago.
It says.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. It said the filing alleged that UMG violated the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations (RICO) Act and engaged in deceptive business practice and false advertising.
Ooh, they finna shut my car business down.
What?
So you just go, cause if that does go through, right? I just can't
let it out, sister. Let it out, my sister.
At one point, they had Drake on everything on Spotify.
Literally.
Yeah, in 2018,
Drake.
Right?
In the car, Drake. Everything was Drake on Spotify.
And I got that man blocked.
That's why I'm saying I don't respect it, because it's like you used to benefit from these same things, and now that shit isn't going your way. Now you're gonna sue?
That's literally the only reason he's doing it.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
It's funny. It's like this been going on for years. Yeah, but that makes it even more of a RICO. That's what I'm saying. I'm just
cause Drake, why is your face on the gospel playlist?
Right.
Why?
Next to Kirk Franklin.
Hello? Why?
Yo.
Well, at the end, when this is all done, this is not gonna end well for Drake. It's actually gonna get much worse.
Much worse.
I feel like you too worried, not you, Aaron, but I just feel like he is too worried on the court opinion, but it's the public opinion that truly matters. That's the part that he's missing.
I think what he's trying to do is trying to stop himself from being like Meek Mill, because Meek Mill ain't been the same after that beef. So that's what I think he's trying to do.
This is worse.
Meek Mill ain't go to the police.
Yeah, this is so much worse.
Exactly.
So he already worse.
He just got fries in his lap. That's it. He just had to pull fries. You can handle that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He got fries in his lap.
I feel like Drake tried to go about this treating it like it was going to be a Meek Mill situation. If we're being honest, Back to Back wasn't that great of a diss. It was catchy. It was a catchy song.
It was catchy.
It was a catchy song, but I think he just went into this thinking that it was going to be like Meek Mill, but that Kendrick Duckworth?
A different monster.
I don't know what you were thinking. Nar.
Hey, listen to his music the same.
Not nar.
I'm like, man, this.
I've even pulled up any of his music. I just, it's done for me.
It's a quick
I'm cool off
on
it.
the shuffle mix. I can't go back and just remove the songs off the mix because there's a lot of songs I gotta go through. But listen, just know that playlist won't be played again.
I know that.
I can just make a new
But
one
also,
without him
Lil
on it.
Wayne, I just.
Who you say, Lil Wayne?
And I didn't had it with that bitch right there. I didn't have it with Wayne. I didn't have it with Wayne. What I do? Well, you know what the fuck you did.
Yeah,
you
what I do, that shit was soft.
What
That
I
shit
do?
was soft.
I just don't
Yeah,
understand.
Wayne kind of walking in whole territory right now.
That's why I'm calling them Young Money crash outs, because what do you mean, what did you do? My goat, Lil Wayne, would have got on the damn whacked out murals instrumental and would have had a fire little freestyle out already.
We would have heard a lighter flick that night.
What you tweeting about? Get in the booth. What are you tweeting
we would have heard
about?
We would have heard a lighter flick.
I told you though.
You would have heard a lighter
think
flick
about
by
it,
the night.
It
When you
wasn't
think
even
about
a
it, like we
diss.
just seeing it for
It
the
wasn't
first
even
time,
a
but there ain't no
diss.
way Wayne got all them weirdos under him and he ain't one of them. Like, yeah,
This
this is
is
just the first
sick.
time we seeing it.
But also, Wayne
It
has
ain't the
not
Damn.
won
first
a
time.
beef.
Yeah,
Wayne has
also
not won a
that.
beef.
Also that, yeah.
So
That's
it's like, yeah, we get the lighter flick, but don't, it ain't. Just save it. Just save. Just
What
keep it
I
to
do.
yourself.
Fucking bitch.
I don't know. Drake had to cut his braids. He going bald. Lil Wayne losing his locks. They just losing hair and losing respect. I just don't understand.
This is so terrible. What did I do? What'd you say fuck me
Operate
for?
like a hoe. Like
What?
for Wayne, like it's one thing for Drake to move like that, but for you,
Because I expect that from him.
You know what I will say, you know what I will say though, talking about Wayne, and I was talking about it in Discord, even though I am laughing at Lil Wayne's response because I think it's insane, really, really and truly though, because Kendrick has like gone on record multiple times and said how much he looks up to Lil Wayne and how much of an influence he was to him. Honestly and
together.
Honestly and truly, I need like the Kendrick and Wayne stuff to like, I need that to disappear, because Drake versus Kendrick is one thing. Nobody's really pressed on, oh, Toronto got hitters. No, I don't think so. But for safety purposes,
Oh man, Wayne ain't got shit but a couple lean.
no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the YNs and NOLA. I need everybody to relax on that.
Just trying to make it home.
I think with that, I think it. Let's just say, like, if it does, hopefully never, but if it does ever get to that point, LA kind of go up for Kendrick. I don't think that's
on both sides though. On both sides.
That's
but
why it's a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll be, you know how old boy B, he do it from his Gladys. So
are they even good? Yeah. Are him and Birdman good? They
shouldn't be.
Other day.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they was just beefing at what just wasn't it Essence? They wasn't even rocking with each other for real.
Essence, yeah.
But I don't know if he was beefing or he was just like, yeah, they what did he say? Because I guess they were trying to say
I never
Wayne
sell out like no pussy.
Yeah, it's
Right there.
Yeah, I don't know. But like for the sake of safety, I feel like both of those two places, NOLA and LA, going at odds against each other. Yeah, I need all of that. I need all of that to calm down just a little bit for safety.
Somebody might die.
Yeah, let's put out that fire. That's all that I'm saying.
Anybody in between them state lines, y'all better move.
This is all this is disappointing. This is all just really disappointing.
Yeah.
And not only is this a scheme set up by Todd, but Joe, I love that you brought up Birdman, because if he would have paid Pharrell for that beat,
it would have been completely different.
Come on. It would have been completely
It would have been in a whole different timeline.
That's it.